with us today. We really, really appreciate it.
Yes.
We have several hands up, so we will go ahead and get started. We will start with Joe Chats from On Tap Sportsnet.
Thanks, E. Thanks, Frank. How you doing today?
Good, Joe. How you doing?
Doing great, thanks. Frank, last three games, the Fire haven't been able to score multiple goals against the Red Bulls. I'm curious, what about their system do you think has made it difficult over the last 2 years for you guys to score against them?
We've had our chances. I don't think it's anything with their system. It's a team we know that they're aggressive. They press. They have trigger points, and I mean that's the one thing. It's a team that recovers pretty quick. So I don't think it has anything to do. I think every team has a different approach to the game. They're a team that's very aggressive. They press. They're good in transition moments and counterattacking. So we know that. It's just about us really being understanding and where that pressure is coming from and making good decisions. We've had chances against them. Don't forget last year we beat them there with Koutsas's goal. So it really doesn't matter. It's just about scoring and winning games. But we've had opportunities. It's a team that recovers extremely well. So when you do get those chances, I think you have to attack quickly and make good decisions. And I think this is the one area that that we've been focusing on, and we need to improve and get better in that final third.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Tim Hotze from Men in Red 97.
Hi, Frank. How are you today?
Hey, Tim. Good, man.
Good. So talking about the way that the Red Bulls approach the game versus the way that the Fire approach the game, you mentioned the sort of like importance of not making individual mistakes, but does the fact that these games have been low scoring between the two teams put more pressure on getting like players in the defense to join up and assist with the offense to try to get ahead, or is it more about trying to make sure that those individual mistakes don't happen?
I mean, I think it starts from clean sheets. I think when individual mistakes, I think mistakes will be made in games, but if our reactions have to improve and get better. I mean, you look at the last game against DC here. I mean, maybe the first half, it wasn't the 45 minutes with the intensity that it wasn't bad, but it's a situation from two set pieces, two throw-ins. We have numbers behind the ball that we give up goals, and then you're chasing a game. We had them pinned in. They're in a low block. So for me, it's just coming out with a good mentality, understanding. Like I said, every team is going to approach the game in a different way. I mean, their DNA, how they want to press an opponent, how you try to build up play, and what are the trigger points that we know, and it's just about not playing to their strengths, and that's the thing. I think and we do get chances. You got to put them away, but it starts from just a good mentality to come out in the game with intensity, with energy, really being proactive and anticipating the next play. And obviously, when we get chances, we need to be more brave, more confident, and put those chances away. And a big part of it is that. I mean, when you scored the first goal, the confidence builds, and momentum, belief, all that. The crowd gets behind the team. All those little things do help. When you give up 2 goals or you fall behind and you're chasing a game. And it makes it a little bit more difficult. But the mentality and with the team, it's like I said, I think this team has never given up. I think we've fought all the way to the end, and it's just sometimes it gets difficult to dig yourself out of holes that we create for ourselves.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Jim Alexander from Real Talker.
Hey, Coach, how are you doing today?
Good, Jim. How are you?
Doing well. It's my birthday.
Happy birthday, by the way. Yes.
Thank you.
Happy
Appreciate
birthday.
that. And happy belated to you, too. I know you had it earlier this month.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. You're catching up to me, man.
Yeah.
You got a long way to go, but you're catching up. I'll wait for you.
I'm getting there. Coach, obviously, each game is less left in a season, and sort of the results and everything's getting magnified. do you as a coach try to maybe balance if the guys are maybe a little bit tight or maybe feeling a little bit of the pressure potentially to get results and maybe give them like a looser mentality of like, hey, let's go out, have fun there? Or is the emphasis sort of like with less games remaining and results needing, the urgency of it? How do you balance the urgency with the sort of letting the guys go out there and kind of maybe have fun or play a little bit looser maybe too? Because obviously, the pressure can get to some people sometimes.
Yeah, no, it's a good point, Jim. I think in the end of the day, and I talked to the group, when we were talking about the last 9 games, the last 10 games, my message was, I think it's important, to try to finish strong. And when I finish strong, I'm not saying that we're going to win 11 games, or the last 10 games, or the last 9 games, or the 7, but is control our controllables when we go on the field, the mentality, the energy, the commitment. When we're pressing to, we're all in this together. We support each other in the field. We give each other confidence, and we come out with energy, and we leave everything on the field for 90 minutes, and in the end of it, I mean, the expectations, the pressure that you talk about, I mean, you got to throw that out. In the end, it's about going out and playing the game,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, what is the pressure here? I mean, we have pressure because we care about the club, and I think there's a responsibility on the players that put that jersey to represent the club, the city, and to leave everything on the field. But, I mean, it's not like the team, the club is not getting relegated. There is pressure for the players to perform. There's nothing you can't take that away from the players. In the end of the day, it's still about, preparing well, and trying to, as much as possible as a player, put that behind you and go out at times and play the game. We do things on the field. Sometimes if the players remember, 1/3 of what we say, that's great. But I mean, in the end, you still have to go out and play the game and enjoy the game, and show that by the way you play and compete. You bring that passion and love, with the game that you love playing. And if you care about the game, and if you care about the team and the club and the city and our fans, you're going to come out and play with passion, and that's all we ask for. But, in the end of the day, you got to go out and play the game and enjoy the game.
Yeah, that's well said. Appreciate that answer.
Okay, buddy. Happy birthday.
Thank you again. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Tim, I see your hand is up.
Yeah. So you mentioned Kutsias earlier, scoring the winner the last time that the Fire beat the Red Bulls. He played yesterday. Is there any word on whether he and Lassiter will be back in time for this one?
They'll be back. Ariel was in today. Kutsias will arrive today, so he'll be at training tomorrow. We'll assess. He also scored with the national team. They won 4-0, which is good also for him, for his confidence. So, for sure he'll be back and he'll be available. We just have to assess how he is in the next couple of days with his recovery and the flight and everything, but he'll be available. Both players will.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sounds good, Tim. Thank you.
Joe, any last questions for Coach?
I don't see the hand up.
Wait. I had one last on Kutsi. It's Kutsi Day. Just seeing him score that kind of goal yesterday, back to the goal initially, hold up play, and then slotting in the corner. I'm just curious. It seems like he's had a good month. Just seeing him grow.
Yeah, I think the Leagues Cup has helped with him getting playing minutes and confidence. But in training, when you see him, he's a guy that's a number 9 that's around the goal. He gets opportunities. Believe me, there's no pressure on him when he misses one. He just, he's back at it. He wants the next one, and he's got that kind of mentality, which is important for a striker. So it's good that he's scoring, and I think it's important. I mean, we missed him this couple games because he's been playing well, and but I think it's also important with the national team that he continues to play well and score. So he's going to come back with a lot of confidence.
Thanks, Frank.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Thank you, Coach. we will go right ahead and get started. Thank you so much for taking the time. We'll
Okay.
start with Joe Chats from On Tap Sportsnet.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to unmute. Thanks, E. Thanks, Arnaud. How are you doing today?
Good, good. Thank you.
Of course. Curious, when you guys go against Red Bull last 3 times, it's been tougher to score goals against them. I'm curious, what have you seen against that team, you know, now that you've gone against them 3 times before, and just kind of what's been they've made it difficult for you guys to score?
Well, in football, it's difficult to score every games, especially against maybe Red Bull because our style of football is different than the other teams. They press a lot. Maybe they change a little this year, but the last year was a difficult game. But now in our position, every game is difficult, and we need to give more for the fan, for everybody to have a good result because it's too long time we don't win. So now it's important to score and don't concede too much goal to win the game, especially at home.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Tim Hotsey from Men in Red 97.
I don't know.
Hi.
So you've been getting a lot of starts over the past few months, but it's been in a little bit of a different role a lot of the time than what you were playing last season. So how do you find the shift, and how do you think that your role has changed?
Well, I think the staff want to change the system because of the beginning of the season we start 4 in the back, and maybe they want more specific guy on the right side with more speed and more athletic qualification. But after 10 or 11 games, they need to change to play 5 in the back, especially with 3 guys they can build, and I can build and help the team to build because I have the quality to realize the first touch and passes to help the team to build in the good direction. So I think that's why now I'm playing good, and after a different game, I think I play good too. So the staff will be happy with my performance. So now that's why I stay in the team. But I'm not satisfied because we don't win a lot of games, and for me it's very special because I come here to win something, to help the clubs to grow up and to answer to the expectation of the fans. So I understand they are angry, the player too, and we need to give everything for the last 6 games because it's important for the player, for everybody to finish strong, and everything can happen in football. So we need to be focused for the next game. We play sometimes good, sometimes bad, but when we play bad, we don't need to concede too much goal. So it's important for the next game to be focused on where we are good, to score and leave everything on the field for the end of the game and have the good results.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Jim Alexander from Real Talker.
Hey Arnaud, how are you today?
Good, thank you.
So, as a defender, especially this late in a year, legs are tired, and as the season kind of comes to winding down, is it more of a mental game too? Since it's been such a long season, to how do you sort of prepare game in to game out? Is it more of a mental focus too to keep going even though your body might be feeling the whole season's work? I'm curious how you sort of prepare differently as you approach sort of the end stages of the season, and of course a time that's really important also in a season.
But I think, when you're a professional soccer player, we need to have a lot of quality for sure on the field with the skill, with the technique, with physically. But the most part of the job is especially mentally, and we need to be strong mentally because everything can happen in a game, everything can happen in the season, and that's why I'm not happy right now because we have the quality, we have almost everything to become a good club, a big club in MLS. We have Arnaud give everything for the club, and our players sometimes we miss some moment in a game because we maybe just let the game living, and at the hard moment we need to be more proactive to fight, and sometimes the game change. But now that's why the mental part of the job is very important. This is
for me, especially for me, and with my season 2, I always fighting. I always keep. I always try to play and train hard to play and help the team. So that's why now I'm playing a lot of game, but that's why I'm feeling for the club. Sometimes we miss something mentally and we need to be focused 90 minutes. Okay, sometimes we are up, sometimes we go down, but when you go down, we need to stay in like a team and be strong, and for sure the result change.
Right. Appreciate that answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. I see your hand is back up.
Yes, one more for me, Arnaud. I'm curious. I feel like every time I'm at training, I see you walking in with Hugo, and I'm curious what that relationship's been like building over the year, other than just a nice guy to talk French with.
Yes, with the French too, for sure. But he's a striker. I'm the right back, but I'm not playing sometimes right back a lot this year. I play central back, but sometimes I can cross, and I need to have a good relationship with all those guys, the forward guys, because sometimes when I cross, I would like to know if he prefer ball in the first post, second post, in the air, on the floor, and I need to adapt my cross to his movement. And it's difficult in football to think the same time in the same moment to score, because to defend is okay, but to score is the most difficult part of the football game. So that's why I talk a lot with Hugo, and we are both players. We play in Europe, so we have the same analyze about what is working, what is not working in the team, and we need to help the other player to become the better player.
Did you reach out to anyone from your time at Ghent when he arrived? Because I know you guys weren't there.
No, he's arrived 1 year after me, so no,
Yes.
we play together. No.
Understood. Thank you for your time, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Tim, do you have another question for Arnaud?
Actually, yeah, one last thing for me. So we talked to Frank about the importance of avoiding individual mistakes, just in general and on defense. But, you mentioned your quality on both sides of the ball and your responsibilities defensively and also to contribute with the offense. Against a team like the Red Bulls, do you feel more added pressure to join the offense and get the goal going in, or to make sure that you're taking care of all of the defensive responsibilities because they can punish mistakes?
Well, I think all the team punish all mistakes, but for sure against Red Bull, if you be strong in a back and we don't concede goal, we have the quality to score and to create something. But for sure, the most important thing is need to be better with the ball when we don't have the ball and we have to defend, and you stay compact to be ready, because this team loves let the ball to the other team and wait the first mistake to punish us. So we need to be alert about that, but we have to play our game too. We cannot just play long ball all the time and waiting. So sometimes yes, because they press a lot, especially at the beginning of the game, but after we need to be better with the ball and create something. Like the second half against GC, it was good, but they missed something, and we conceded 2 goals in the first half. So if you don't concede, I think we have all the chance. If we remember the first game we play away against Red Bull, we have a lot of situation, and I think we can beat this team for sure.
Okay, merci et bonne chance.
Merci.
Oui, il parle français, mais il parle pas souvent. Thank you so much, Arnaud, for taking the time with us. We appreciate it. And thank you everyone else on the call for joining us.
Thanks, E.
Recording stopped.
Thank you, E. Thank you, guys.